Annalise, his vaccine announcement ended up falling a little by the wayside.
A little indeed, because there was so much to unpack. The press pack was obviously ready with their questions after waiting an extraordinarily long time to have a press conference from the president. In any modern day comparison, it's the longest that anyone's waited to have a single press conference with just the president and the press corps. So what we heard today was an emphasis on that vaccine from the president, saying that they want to hit 200 million shots in the first 100 days, now well exceeding the previous target. But it was really this line of questioning about whether he's intending to run again in 2024 that ended up dominating the press conference, with the president saying that he's not ruling it out.
You haven't set up a re-election campaign yet, as your predecessor had by this time.
My predecessor needed to. My predecessor. Oh, God, I miss him. No, an answer is yes. My plan is to run for re-election. That's my expectation.
You are going to run for re-election.
I said that is my expectation.
So is that a yes, that you are running for re-election?
Look, I don't know where you guys come from, man. I've never been able to travel. I'm a great respecter of fate. I've never been able to plan 3.5 years ahead for certain.
And if you do run, will Vice President Harris be on your ticket?
I would fully expect that to be the case. She's doing a great job. She's a great partner. She's a great partner.
And do you believe you'll be running against former President Trump?
Oh, come on. I don't even think about it. I have no idea.
Now, that line of questioning is pretty interesting, given that he's 78 at the moment. That means he'd be hitting the campaign trail in 2023 when he's 81, which for comparison and for Australians is the same age that John Howard is right now. But the really overarching issue that the Biden administration is coming under pressure over is the migrant crisis at the southern border. There's around 15,000 young people in some kind of government facility at the moment, and what we are seeing is that they don't have the facilities to deal with that. The president, when asked about it and whether it was his language that had encouraged people to come to the border, was adamant, saying that he doesn't think that that's encouraged it, that it's this time of year. But there was also some back and forth about exactly what he's going to do about it.
Some of these children have not seen the sun in days. What's your reaction? What is your reaction to these images that have come out from that particular facility? Is what's happening inside acceptable to you? And when is this going to be fixed?
That's a serious question, right? Is it acceptable to me? Come on. That's why we're going to be moving 1,000 of those kids out quickly.
Showing a little bit of his temper there. And as Joe Biden is known for the occasional gaffe, there was this moment when he was being grilled about filibusters, which is a peculiarity of the US system, which allows them to waste a lot of time to stop anything passing through Congress. When he was asked about it, he seemed a bit confused about how long he'd been in the Senate.
Filibuster. Filibuster. You know, with regard to the filibuster, I believe we should go back to a position of the filibuster that existed just when I came to the United States Senate 120 years ago. And that is that it used to be required for the filibuster, and I had a card on this. I was going to give you the statistics, but you probably know them. So the best way to get something done, if it holds near and dear to you that you like to be able to, anyway, we're going to get a lot done.
Pete, we are expecting to see a bit more out of Joe Biden, but he is also trying to sell his big plan to rescue the US economy. It was already passing trillions of dollars in stimulus, but the end's certainly not in sight. He also had an emphasis on infrastructure and how that might be part of their next tranche of plans.
I'll tell you what, it was such a fascinating press conference, that one, Annalise, and so many Bidenisms. I suppose that's why his team took so long for him to do his first press conference. It's already twice the amount of time that his last 2 or 3 predecessors had done their first press conference. But it's very interesting, and there's more to unpack from that too. And we'll talk to you again very soon, Annalise.